So for today's testing video, we're going to do something slightly untraditional, and we're going to play Midrange Telvanni. That's right, Midrange. This is not going to be Control, not going to be Last Gasp, Betray, Alter. We're just going to play Midrange Telvanni. You know, I like Assassin, I like Sorcerer, I like playing mid-range versions of those decks, so I thought, why not combine them? So the downside is basically all of the house cards don't really fit in this deck. We're running one Devaith's Experiments, like at the top end, to maybe copy some of our saucy other things. And then that's it. Pretty much everything else is literally just shuffling together the best of the other mid-range archetypes. We'll be kind and say hello. So we're going to go second against Warrior, and it looks like this is going to be a very aggressive Warrior. And as such, we're going to go ahead and ring out a Skulk, hope that they don't have an answer, and that we can get some curse action going.
We stand united.
Oh yeah. I think it's safe to say that our opponent is playing an aggressive deck. Alright, we're gonna definitely get the curse there. I think we actually save our ring charge.
Careful there, friend.
And just go with a Ward Crafter to contest for now. First Skulk continues to be uncontested. That's a really big benefit to us.
Close ranks. Let nothing through.
There's the guard.
Come at me.
But that's okay because we have the negation. So this is going to work out to be a really good turn for us. We can go ahead and take the value trade. While you prefer to use this on like high quality targets that you also want to silence, in this case, making sure that we get a second curse is good enough, in my opinion. Because now he still has to worry about the Skulk. We're slowly getting control of the board. That's also great for us. We have the Lightning Bolt to answer, so things are looking up. We want to do this first because if they get a Prophecy, and they did, we want to be able to respond. And that's entirely fine. So we'll take the Bolt, use a Curse, and we'll pass. Now, this basically becomes expendable at this point. There are no more curses left in the deck. But our other curse does combo very well with Sheer Point. So now we have an interesting decision to make. On the one hand, we could Shadow Fen Priest that if we didn't want to take the 5. But then we would take likely 5 from it attacking our face. The other option is if we Sheer Point and curse this, then this trades in and this actually survives. We still take the 5, but we still have full control of the board. So we are going to take that path because we're playing a mid-range deck. Controlling the board is our #1 goal. And then we could also push damage here, but since we have control of the board and we don't have any way to respond if he gets another Prophecy, we're actually just going to pass here. I don't think 2 damage in the current board state is worth it. So
there's nowhere they can hide.
This is probably going face because he wants to race us. Which is fine, because we're going to play some drains coming up here. We could have also Sheer Pointed, but again, the Skulk is expendable at that point. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and play Brynjol and a Stalker, and then just hope that with 7 Magicka that they can't burst us for 13 health, and this should lock it up for us, because we'll start getting to get Drain going in our favor to stabilize.
Ready to join the circle.
Tawaka watches over me.
I can smell your feet.
Good news is we're also going to get some Magicka to work with. This will allow us to both Sheer Point something and either play Wardcrafter or a Barrow Stalker. It's probably going to be Wardcrafter to protect our Brynjolf investment. Seems like the right play. Let's go ahead and get that out of the way. If he does run some prophecy that does damage to this, we want to do it, word it afterwards. So
Wrong place for a
we also
midnight
want to focus
stroll.
on the drain damage more than anything else right now. So we're gonna go ahead and do that as well.
Careful there, friend.
Yeah, let's do it like that. So with 8 magicka, they would have to do 11 more damage. They have no orcs, so even if they have wood orc, headhunter, things like that,
A dark omen for
probably
you.
not enough.
This
Things
should
get
be
too
good.
hairy. We do also have the Magister to give ourselves ward here. Yep, so there's a headhunter.
They will pay the blood price.
Again,
The victory is
gets us
yours.
nice and low, but not enough, so we take that one. That is a good first showing for our mid-range Telvanni list. Let's go ahead and jump into another one. As we look at things that I would consider sticking in, you will also notice, for example, that I'm not running a lot of cards that I could be, and it's mostly because of personal preference. So I'm running Warden King's Agent because I like the tempo plays with it, and combining it with the curse package here, I felt like just helped to beat down the opponent's board position. I could very easily see somebody prefer to run Bone Colossus in that slot. Similarly, I'm running like Wrath of Sithis as a way to disrupt the opponent a little bit. I could see somebody instead changing that to like Nixox or some other value generator there. It could be even like a Necromancer. I think there's a lot of options available. We're going to get rid of the Keeper. Try to find a 2-drop and fail. Probably should have also thrown the Bleak Coast away, but I was being greedy. If I'm being entirely honest, that's probably a misplay. We run a fair number of 2-drops though, so we do have 2 turns to try to draw it. And by a fair amount, I mean we do run 18. Hey!
Careful there.
Not punished for my likely misplay of a mulligan. So we are up against Redoran, and it's interesting that we're playing against Redoran that didn't play anything
True.
when they had the opportunity to, and they also run Sharpshooter Scout. So I suspect this might be some sort of Redoran control, maybe even in the vein of Doomcrag. As such, we're gonna start playing in the Shadow Lane. Normally controlling Field Lane is really important, but if this is the archetype that I think it is, Field Lane is dangerous because they can play Chargers that trade into you. So yeah, the Edict as well is making me think that we are up against a Redoran control deck. So this will be interesting. Whether or not it's like a Doomcrag variant, I don't know, but the Sharpshooter Scout is usually not played unless it's Doomcrag.
The forest will not suffer your presence.
Interesting. I'd like to get this going because I want the curses, but at this point I legitimately feel like we're trying to push damage before they can get some stabilization tools, and we're gonna try to just run right up our curve. Like we have Wrath next turn, and then probably these 2 or something else we draw, and then right into Baroness. Like we're just gonna play value game. This is likely gone. Gotta have another pinger.
Let's heat things up.
Or multiple, since he played that there as well, I have to
My
assume.
arrows shall fly
Yep,
true.
there's the Sharpshooter. So smart play, that gives him 3 power over there to keep things rolling. Interesting. I was going to play Wrath this turn, but I'm tempted to play Lucian plus Skulk. Doing so means that I could make this trade here. This would buff up and they would need yet another pinger. but this is going to be a deck full of them. It's got to run lots of sharpshooters, Skavens, Earthbones, so the chances are actually pretty strong he does that. So as tempting as that is, and as much as I want to get Skulk going, I think it's actually just push face damage, play Wrath. We stick to the game plan that we had. The Wrath disrupts him a little bit in terms of cost. Pushes 5 damage the following turn. We can still potentially develop Lucian and Skulk on the following turn, or Leaf Lurker if something is wounded, though I doubt that will be the case. Leads into Baroness, which again will generate us value to keep the pressure on him, being that this is a controlling opponent that's important. Yep, like I said, lots of pingers. Ping, ping, ping. Alright. Oh, how I wish that I could play Sheer Point here as well. But it looks like our path is set before us. We're going to go and play Lucian, since we have to go over that anyway. And also a Skulk. And then Hope. So if they had Doomcrag and a Skaven, they couldn't do both there, but Doomcrag plus another pinger of some sort, in this case the Forerunner, is good enough. Is good enough. That's actually not a bad top deck for us. That's going to allow us to full clear his right lane. So instead of playing the Baroness,
your reckoning is at hand.
we're going to go ahead and mop this up. And though I'm really tempted to use this here, we're going to hope that they just simply don't have a second Doomcrag to abuse that, because saving the curse for Leaf Lurker I feel like is more important right now. And to be honest, with only one curse left in the deck, this is less of a priority. This doesn't attack for a lot, and this has cover. So I think that saving this for a potential giant guard, like a Vigilant Giant or something like that, might be more prudent. Now, they can't Vigilant Giant over in that lane, even if they have it right now, because Lucian with the lethal would chew it. But now they could, if they so desired.
The Nords must take back Skyrim.
At the ready.
Alright, so there is one of those pesky guards that we were talking about. Turns out keeping this did pay off for us.
The forest is my cloak.
And we're going to go ahead and ward this, because if he does have more charge creatures, that'll potentially protect it. So we're playing the tempo game as best we can. The downside, though, is they're getting dangerously close to stabilizing, and we are running out of reach. I mean, we've got lightning bolts left, we have Tascad left. There's a lot of things that we could draw that help us here, but like that. Alright, so that should seal it. That's a great top deck. This was a good game against a deck I wasn't expecting. Interesting. Redder and Control I don't see a lot, but then again, Midrange Telvanni you don't see a lot. So I had fun. Hopefully you did too. Thanks for watching, and until next time, may you walk on warm sands.